Disgaea is a franchise I've kept my eye on for a while, and to me it's a fun, wacky strategy RPG series that I just love. From its funny interactions to its over-the-top skills, it's a really fun series. So far, there have been 5 main entries in the series so far, and we're going to be talking about the first one. So backstory, I actually haven't really played the first one until I got it on Steam a while back. I got into the series through the PSP remake of the second game, Dark Hero Days. And honestly, it's fun to go back and to see what start off the series. But now I actually say we should get into the video. And one of the things I actually really do like about this guy, or in this case, since we're talking about this guy one, is the voice acting. I generally do think that this guy games have really good voice acting. I think this one really shines, or at least this guy one really shines in this case. From really memorable voice actors from Grant George to Jameson Price, this game has some really good dubbed actors in my honest opinion. Another thing I really do like about these characters is that they bounce off really well with each other. Their interactions are really well thought out, and they feel like they're actual friends and things like that. It's really nice to see what they would do next or what they could say next. And also, I really do think that the voice actors bring out these characters really well and make me want to see what happens next to them. And I think they actually feel like realistic friends and stuff like that. Well, as realistic as demons and angels could be, but props to the voice actors and the writers in this case. A really big thing for me for turn-based games is to see if the gameplay is both hard and entertaining. And for the first game in the series, I really do think that this guy one pulls off really well. In most cases, I really want to see if I can find a better way to do things without over-leveling, and this guy one provides that for me. I think so far this is probably the most simple this guy to play since again it's the first one in the series, but I still do think it has a decent amount of options for players. Big thing for me for any turn-based game is to see if the gameplay is both hard and interesting. And for the first one in the series, I really do think it pulls out both really well. In this one, I really do find that there are ways to make yourself play better without having to over level. And I know this one is probably the most simplest one to play, but I really do think that there's a decent amount of options for players to pick from. Like for example, you can maybe have different combinations of characters, and then maybe you can also have different items or different equipment stacked on those characters, and just to again, many different options. I think this next is actually just exclusive to the Steam version, but this port really does look nice and play nice. I think the guys who ported it did a really good job touching it up, making it a lot cleaner, and just improving the models and the sprites, by making them a lot more smoother. There's also controller support, which I actually think is really nice for those people who want to play however they want. Me personally, I do think that keyboard controllers work just fine, but using any controller that works with Steam is also really okay. I like using the PS4 and the Switch Pro controller just due to the fact that they are the most comfortable to me. A big turn for me, at least for this Disgaea game, is that there actually isn't really much of a story. And I know for an RPG like this or a series like this, I expected that there would be a much grander story, but so far, about halfway, there isn't really much happening. It's just, although all that's basically been happening is just kind of like a slice of life anime where every chapter is just Lahal and his gang dealing with a different threat, and honestly, to me it got boring really fast. A lot of the other games I think did a lot better where they have an overall arcing plot and then they do steps to slowly get to it. And honestly, I think this game, one of the main drawbacks is I think it's supposed to be really wacky, and honestly I just don't like that as much. And I think the other games did a better job at focusing between the wacky stuff and the serious stuff, and the story is not all that good to me. I think the biggest turn for me for this game is that the colors and the UI look really bad. The scene function does make this look better, but I still think that it's really ugly and it doesn't really hold up nowadays. It's way too dark for me, and some of the characters' designs just don't really do it for me. I do think most of the main characters look really good, but I think a lot of the recruitables just don't really look good in design wise. And again, back to the color palette, I really do think it uses a lot of muddy colors just to drown out again the colors, and I do think that it just does not look appealing. There's also some really minor things I really don't like about this game, like for example, you can't gain EXP by healing. This actually was in the more recent games, and honestly, I do think that this kills the pace for some characters, just because it takes forever for them to level up, because you would have to give them a weapon, and then they can't really gain EXP because they don't really have a lot of good attacks, so you usually have to pair them with other characters, and it's just really slow for leveling up those characters. The game also is just really slow in terms of the fights, when it comes to moving, attacking, and stuff like that. Thankfully, you can actually skip the animations, which is still one saving grace, but the same can't be said with the geo panels. I know in the second game they actually add to where you can make it go faster, but in this one, there's no speed up option and it's really painfully slow. Another really slow thing about this game is the leveling. I played Disgaea 2 and 5 before, and I feel like this one, in terms of leveling, takes a lot longer. I got like to about the midway, like in around chapter 7, and most of my characters were just almost reaching level 20. While I feel like in Disgaea 2, by that point, you would at least be like mid to late 30s, and it just, I feel like it's a lot slower in that case. I could go forever with the complaints on this game, but I feel like if I did, this video would be way too long, and honestly, I'm gonna stop when I'm ahead. But don't get me wrong, even though this game has lots of dumb quirks I really find annoying, this game isn't terrible. I think it's a fine strategy RPG, but again, I do think that the layer entries do a better job of capturing what makes this guy a great. But before we end the video, let's go over the likes and dislikes. Likes, good character interactions, good voice actors and performances, good PC port and fun gameplay. Dislikes, bad protagonist, not having much of a story, bad colors and UI, and weird/bad gameplay quirks. Thank you all for watching and see you guys later.